Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are revisiting The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man is the reboot. This is the end of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as we knew it, and Sony then decided to recast. Andrew Garfield came in. We also had Gwen Stacy being recast as Emma Stone. Rhys Ifans came in as Kurt Connors as the Lizard, and it basically was just a rehash, restart, let's go. Let's start again. This is the first installment of that. I have revisited the previous trilogy for Tobey Maguire, so if you want to go and check those out, please do. This is the fourth movie in the release order of the Spider-Man films, and I thought Andrew Garfield stepped into the role pretty well. Watching this film back, probably for the first time, I watched it all the way through for a long time. I normally use The Amazing Spider-Man as like my demo disc for new TVs because I think some of the like detail in like the Lizard looks phenomenal on some TVs, but also doesn't look good on others. So for me, it's like demo-worthy stuff for TVs. But watching this film throughout, I thought it was great. Obviously, these films are going to look theoretically a little bit better than the other ones because it came out newer, so the CGI is a little bit better. It's always going to be. And, you can't knock that. It does look great. It's a fantastic looking film. I think where this falls short for me is like the, whole rehashing of, Peter Parker and like who he was and all that stuff. We actually saw Peter Parker's mum and dad in this movie, which we never did before. And I think it just tried to create something new, which I didn't think needed to be created, in my opinion. We obviously know Spider-Man gets bit by a spider and then turns into Spider-Man. That's just what happens. But for me, I just didn't think they needed to delve that deep into like who his mum and dad was. And when we get to the second movie, it just gets even worse in terms of that. So we'll stay tuned for that. It's coming soon. The look of this film, though, I thought, as I said, is fantastic. It still is. It's always going to be, for me, demo-worthy material for me to check out new TVs. Rhys Ifans, I thought, was probably the best actor in this movie. I thought his persona and his he just played a great villain in this film, as well as, and similar to Spider-Man 2, where I said Alfred Molina was actually a great good guy, but as well as a bad guy. And, Peter Parker reaches out to Kurt Connors to help him with, like, university and stuff. So I think it's similar between those two, but I think he played a really, really good role. And for that, I really hope we get to see Rhys Ifans actually be Kurt Connors in the movie rather than just be like the CGI Lizard and stuff. The Lizard, on the other hand, I think is a great villain for Spider-Man, and it's actually the first villain in like the episode that I actually like watching, which is the Amazing Spider-Man 1994 series. He's actually the first villain in that. So I absolutely love the Lizard. I think it's a great villain. One I wish that we saw for Tobey Maguire to face up against, but now we might see it, I guess, in No Way Home. Andrew Garfield, though, for me, doesn't really play a great Peter Parker. I'm not going to lie. He needs to be a dorky kid, and Andrew Garfield, let's be honest, is not a bad looking person. So for me, I just don't think he's that dorky enough. He needs, Tobey Maguire has the proper hairstyle of like the comb over. He is a dork, like in terms of how he acts and how he plays. And I think he just is a better Spider-Man for me. Story-wise for this film, as I said, I think this is better than the second one, but like my problem with this is like the beginning of the movie. I really don't like how they delved into the past of who his mum and dad was. And for me, the emotion behind the whole Uncle Ben scene, there was no emotion in this film as much as I had in Spider-Man 1. So for me, that's where it kind of falls short. My rating of this movie, though, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's a decent movie. It has some good parts to it, and it has definitely a lot better looking scenes than the first trilogy, in my opinion. But the story, some of the cast choices, it just fell really short for me. Even like Aunt May, Aunt May being played by, I think it was Sally Field. For me, she needs to be a lot older than like mid-50s to early 60s. She needs to be like late 70s or late 60s. And there's the few casting choices which, didn't happen. And also we had Gwen Stacy as the love interest rather than Mary Jane Watson, which for me, I like Gwen Stacy as a character, but like Peter Parker is after MJ. That's like what it's all about. So there it is. There, 6 out of 10 for The Amazing Spider-Man. Not a terrible film, but above average in my opinion. Stay tuned for my Amazing Spider-Man 2. And if you, like I said, if you want to go and check out my revisiting of the first trilogy, please do. Those videos are already up now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are looking forward to Spider-Man No Way Home. Stay tuned for more, and of course, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.